You know how you're chilling with someone and they say, funny you should say that. That usually means that they're about to add their 2 cents to the conversation. Except when you're talking about comedians. Comedians always add a pause. So they'll be like, funny, you should say that. So tonight, I will.
Ladies and gents, please welcome to stage Stuart Taylor!
Hello! Look at you guys. Welcome to the show. Funny you should say that. You up for a good time? Yes? Nice. Guys, it's a weird time being a comedian right now. So we're not sure what we can say. It's a weird time in the world. No one knows what they can say and what they can't say. And they don't want to be told what they're not allowed to say. And then they end up saying the things that they mustn't say. And then we hear them say what they shouldn't say. And we don't say, please don't say what you said. And the people who mustn't say something keep saying what they can't. And the people who should say something don't say what they must. You know what I'm saying. Don't say it. But tonight, if it's funny, I can say it, yes? No, I need a lot more enthusiasm than that. Come on, guys. Tonight, for this show, if it's funny, I can say it, yes? Come on. Yes! Okay, man, let's begin. Let's talk about the K word. You were just with me a second ago now. The K word. Kids, that's the other K word. That's the more offensive one. Do we have any parents here? Parents make a noise? Yes, listen to this. People who are not parents make a noise. Don't they sound a lot happier? I know. It's weird though. I mean, having kids, like it feels as a man like nothing prepares you for it. Like my wife, at least, she was kind of ready because she got to know this baby. But for me, okay, suddenly there's another man in the house over there. It was basically like a hostage situation. That is what it was. Like a hostage situation in Iraq. Little brown person calling all the shots. I don't understand what he's saying. His main method of torture was sleep deprivation. I got 2 beautiful boys, man. Check this out. I only like 2 boy names. I like the name David. I like the name James. So I named my first son David James Taylor. How blazing is that name? Come on now. Hey, come on. He could be a rock star. You know what I mean? Ladies and gentlemen, David James Taylor. Woo! Like, you just want to go crazy. But it's a dignified name. I mean, he could be a future president in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, direct from Nkandla, David James Taylor. Sound liquor. Then my wife fell pregnant again. Then it was another boy. I was like, I used up all my names. Yes, every name I suggested my wife didn't like. Eventually we settled on Luke. My second son was called Luke. Luke, it's a beautiful name, man. But I was called Luke for a month and a half. Then my wife went to Home Affairs and changed the name without even telling me. She stood in that queue for an hour to change the name. She came back, she just started calling him Andrew. Oh, it's Andrew. No, I changed the name. What? It was probably my fault, man. I couldn't help myself. She walked in on me. He was lying in his cot. And I was looking at him. I was so overcome with love overcome with emotion as I looked at this little boy. And I was almost in tears when I saw him. I was like, and it just slipped out. I was like, Luke. I am your father. Come on now. Why wouldn't you, huh? Why wouldn't you? Now his name is Andrew. Names are very interesting nowadays. I was at the Pick and Pay Now I shop at a very Lani Pick and Pay, right? I'm over there. My wife was making curry, so she sent me to the Pick and Pay to go buy some dhania. I don't know where the dhania is, guys. Couldn't find the dhania anywhere. Eventually, I left the hardware section. I'm a terrible shopper. I end up in the fruit and veg section. I see a woman packing stuff in the fruit and veg section. I want to ask her for the dhania, but it's a Lani Pick and Pay, so you got to be like, oh, uppity. This is me as I'm asking for the dhania. I tap the goose on the shoulder. I'm like, hi, sorry, excuse me, hello. I'm looking for coriander. Come on. I'm not lying to you. The woman turned to me and said, coriander's not working today. Have you got a message for? Then she topped herself. She's like, must I call her brother Basil? What is this, the Robertsons family or something? It's very cool, man. I dig my boys. They're lovely. The thing as a father, though, you got to do the potty training. That's the thing I taught my sons. Like the potty training. Like whenever I want to go pee, then they come with me. But it's like a beautiful bonding moment. Like we both stand at the toilet. Never call a little boy who's busy peeing. This whole thing is connected. So if you call, he's like, yes, what? And we had a step, right? So you could stand on the step, but I don't use a step, so he wouldn't use a step. He's like, Dad doesn't use a step. I don't need a step. And then he'd be on his toes like it. So picture it, I'm here, then I'm peeing, and I'm here, and he's here next to me. So I'm peeing here, and his head is here. Do you know what I mean? And on more than one occasion, my wife did say to me, why did you wash his hair again? What? It's an amazing thing, though. Where are the men? Are there any men over here who've got sons? Men with sons? Yes. You see the pride over here. It's like, it's a weird thing the moment, ladies, you won't understand this, but there's like a thing that happened to me the moment I was there, picture it, I'm here, no? Okay, don't picture it too much. I'm over here, and then he's next to me, and then one moment, like, this occurred to me, I was here, he was there, and then it occurred to me that this penis made that penis. Do you know what I mean? And now that penis can go in the world and make more penises. You understand that now I am immortal. My penis is like Highlander. It will live forever. But you gotta, I mean, it's an interesting thing having kids. Like our big thing was the education. You must work hard, you know, you must sort out their education. And in Cape Town, I live in Cape Town, it's tough because you've got to apply long in advance if you want to go to certain schools. Myself and my wife, we were very paranoid about applying because I remember I was walking with my nephew. He could barely walk. And then someone came up to us, oh, he's beautiful. Which school is he going to? I'm like, I don't know. Have you applied? You must apply. Oh, not mine. So we were paranoid. We didn't even wait till the baby came. We applied. While my wife was pregnant, we applied. You know, you can do the sonar. Then you can see the sex of the baby. As soon as I saw it's a little boy, I said, okay, I can apply to boys' schools now. They say, would you like a picture of the baby's face? I said, no, just picture of this part of the baby. I just wanted them to see it's a boy. I took that image to the admissions desk of a school. I'm standing there, I handed that picture and I said, I'm here to apply. Check the woman, she's like, oh, is your wife pregnant? I said, yes. How far along is she? I said, she's 36 weeks. Goose goes, 36 weeks? You've left it for very late, eh? But kids are advanced nowadays, man. It's crazy. Like the things they do compared to what we used to do. Like My son is in grade one, guys. He comes up to me, Dad, can I have a moment of your time? I said, sure, boy, what you want? He says, I've got to do a project for school, Dad. In grade one? Grade one, I didn't even have a pencil grip. Grade one, I was still coloring in with a fat crayon. But I'm talking about, I got a project for school. I say, what's your project, boy? He says, I've got to do a project on ancient Egypt, Dad. In grade one? Now listen, we all know some things about ancient Egypt. I mean, how difficult can a grade one project be? I'm like, I'll give you some facts, boy. I said, you know, my boy, back in the day in ancient Egypt, they used to make mummies. This guy looks at me, bored. I've heard of them. So I said to him, but did you know when they made a mummy, then they cut open the body and they take out the organs? The brat did not skip a beat. He just looked at me like, yeah, I know. They would then take those organs and they would store it in a canopic jar. Now I gotta Google with one finger. What is a canopic jar? Brother, I don't know, is it a curlica or a kikika? He's literally this small. I look down on him. Physically, I look down on him. Imagine that moment you realize that the people you look down on know more than you. That's a weird thing to realize. The people you look down on know more than you. That's what it feels like to be Donald Trump. I know. It's cool though, man. Here's how we decided on the school. Like we went on a visit. We went to go visit many different schools. You must have to do this. You must visit schools. I went on a school visit. They don't let a principal take you on a school visit or a teacher. One of the kids took us on a school tour. Little 9-year-old boy. He was so neatly dressed. He was so confident. Like he shook my hand like a grown man when he met me. 9 years old. He's like, it's very nice to meet you, sir. Everything was just sir. You know what I mean? And he was like, he was just so liquor, man, the way he walked around and showed us things. He said, over there, that's the aquatic center. It's a pool, they got a pool. We walked through the fields. Across one of the fields, he said, over there is the AstroTurf. We walked into one of the buildings. He said, down that corridor over there, you'll find the post-school custodianship. That's an aftercare. They got an aftercare. Have you ever been intimidated by a 9-year-old? This little boy used the words nonetheless, nevertheless, and notwithstanding in one sentence. You know, just so beautiful the way he was there, just roar, 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 roar. At some point, myself, my wife, like we were at the back snickering. We're like, roar, roar, roar. Don't this little boy stop the door? He's like, excuse me, sir, would you like to share that with the rest of the group? Me, I throw my wife under the bus. I was like, it wasn't me, it was her. He took us back to the principal's office. I'll never forget what he said when he left us at the principal's office. You know what I mean? It was such a beautiful thing. He shook my hand, he looked at me, he looked at my little son, and he said this. He said, it was very nice meeting you, sir. I hope to see you and your son at this fine institution one day in the future. 9 years old, guys. 9 years old. I didn't know. Do you bow? Must I curtsy? I just said, I hope to work for you one day. The principal asked, are there any questions? I was like, yes, sorry, me. So now, if I give in one of these, do I get one of those? It's so weird. That's how my sons speak. Both of my sons, they speak like that. Mom, Dad, rah, 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 rah. Like it's weird, because you never know. You see little black-colored Indian boys, they come out of these schools, and then you don't know what sound is going to come. You know what I mean? You never know what sound, but I won't lie. When I hear that sound, when that rah, rah, rah come, I'm like, Listen, I don't equate intellect to accent. That's not what I'm saying. I do not equate intellect to accent. The two have nothing to do with each other. But I will say this. I always feel like self-conscious about my accent before I started traveling. Like I used to always feel self-conscious. I remember many years ago, I was standing at a bar here in Cape Town, right, in Obs. And then the barman came up to me, took my drinks order. And then at the end of the drinks order, he said to me, brother, do you want some ice in your drink? Sorry? Bruh, do you want some ice in your drink? It was so I was like taken aback. Because it was a white barman. So I'm trying to not judge the situation. I said, yeah, can I have some ice? Thank you. Then a white guy came to the bar. Same barman said to the white guy, oh, what can I get you to drink, bro? White guy orders, he says to white guy, would you like some ice, bro? You want some ice? I thought, I'm not gonna leave this. I'm gonna confront this guy. So I waited for the other customer to leave and I called him over. I said, hey. Are you making fun of how I speak? He said to me, nah, bruh. I'm making fun of how that bruh speak. The two have got nothing to do with each other. But you must travel. You must travel. I mean, intellect, accent, nothing to do with each other. But if you travel, it's great. Like I was on a holiday once. I was standing at the pool and playing with my youngest son, and there was a French woman sun tanning over there at the pool. And he was young, man. I was throwing him in the air, and he goes underwater. He comes up, and he had the liquor, rah, rah, rah. He's like, oh, do it again, Dad, rah, 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 rah. And then I would throw him higher, and he'd go on his, oh, one more time, rah, 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 rah. And then, like, when he gets excited, man, not a lot, but just a little. Don't judge, don't judge. But when he gets a little excited, then a little bit of ghetto will come out. Not a lot, just smaller, man. I threw him up, and he went under, he came up, he's like, oh, Terry. What you say? Yes, the French woman comes up, she's like, oh my goodness, I have never heard this word before. Your son's accent is so beautiful. What does it mean, this derry? I'm moving to Paris, guy. Derry. It's own us stuff, guys. It's own us stuff. So now that's the thing. I mean, they have that accent. And I live in a strange place in Cape Town. I live where the whites live. That's a strange thing to say, but I do. And whenever we're in the park and there are white people there, then I say, talk, boy, talk. That's such a weird thing to say, I live where the whites live, but I mean, Cape Town's still a very segregated place. I live in Constantia, right? It's very nice. I know, who's the response? It's the only acceptable response, guys. Ooh. I don't even know how I got a bond. If I'm perfectly honest, I do not. There was some mix-up. I called the call center to try and get bond approval. Brown at the call center making fun of me. He said, where's the house, bro? I said, that's in Constantia. Constantia. I said, yeah. He said, proper Constantia. I said, why? He said, you're calling a call center for a bond. You're not calling her like a private banker, you're calling a call center. I was like, he said, nah, brother, I'll humor you. What do you do for a living? I said, I'm a comedian. He goes, nah, let me find it on the system here. Not here. You know it's going to be an uphill battle when they don't have your occupation on the list of occupations. He said to me, is there like a pseudonym for this thing, bro? I said, try entertainer. Entertainer, yeah. Okay, here we go. Engineer. Engraver. Entomologist. He said, nah, bro, it's not here. What do you do? Just explain quickly what you do every day to make money. What you do. Precisely. I'm like this, listen, boss, if I am honest with myself, I talk shit for a living, man. That's what I do. I talk shit and I get paid. He was like, oh, all right, like a politician. Full bond, guys. 100% bond. 100% bond. If you don't know Constantia, let me explain. It's the kind of area the people who live there will step over a homeless person in order to help a puppy. You know that kind of area? You know that vibe? You know that kind of subway? I got nothing for you, I got nothing. And they walk up to the puppy, let me see what I've got for you. I walk up to homeless people all the time. I'm like, listen, my man, you must try barking, eh? I'm like, don't try woof woof. Get a meal. Here's how much the people in my neighborhood love dogs. My brother Paul, he opened his garage and then the dog ran out, right? And so he drove around the neighborhood all night long looking for the dog. Couldn't find the dog anywhere. Eventually he saw my light on, so he came to ring the bell. Comes inside, he says, Stu, I'm so upset. You know, my wife is crying, kids are upset. Dog ran away. I said, don't worry, Paul, this is the best neighborhood to lose a dog. If you lost a homeless person, you're in trouble. But a dog, you're fine. I said, first thing Monday morning, go to any vet. I promise you, you will find your dog. True as well. First vet, Paul goes to on the Monday. There's a note. Hi, my name is Joanne. I've got your dog. Your dog is fine. Your dog's been looked after and warm and fed and bathed. No rush to fetch the dog whenever you're ready. Love, Joanne. Paul goes to Joanne's house. He knocks on Joanne's door. He walks inside Joanne's house. He sees his dog lying on Joanne's couch. This dog lives outside at Paul's house. At Joanne's house, the dog is having good times. He's there on the couch. He says the look on the dog's face when the dog saw him, the dog was like, It's an interesting place to live, man. But you know what? You know what warms my heart? I won't lie to you, man. Like when I see new families moving into the area, young black families moving in, that really makes me feel good, man. I'm like, yes, we are moving forward. Seriously, brother, I walk, like during the day, I see lots of stay-at-home moms, young black moms, and they're pushing their prams, they're stay-at-home moms. Yeah. But their babies, white babies that they adopted. Amazing, eh? Wow. It's just a couple of off things about Constantia. Like this is the like I don't feel like I'm being discriminated against, but like weird things will happen. Like I have my breakfast at a restaurant over there. Then I'll be sitting over there. This is Africa, guys. Then I'm the only person of color. And the staff, obviously. And then the other day I'm sitting there, I'm having my breakfast, then 3 flies came to my table. You know those green ones? You know those ones? Green flies on my mouth. I mean, I was hungry, I wasn't starving. So I'm chasing them away. The waitress brought like a citronella candle to the table. Right? Sounds. Thank you very much. Guys, I look around. The restaurant is packed. Wall to wall Caucasians. No one else had a citronella candle on the table. How racist are the flies in Constantia? Do you know how self-conscious that made me? I mean, like, now the white people think I brought the flies from the townships. I live here. Here's my best about living in this neighborhood. Any shop I go to, I get this. Hi, do you work here? I'm at the post-it the other day. I'm sending a parcel. Old granny. Hi, do you work here? You know, she didn't even ask, do you work here? She just gave me a parcel. I wasn't even... I was literally standing behind her. She turned around and looked at me. Huh? Did you not ask? Huh? And then gave me a parcel and 300 rand. Can you send that to Hoedspruit, please? And she left. And so I had 300 rand. And a new PlayStation game. So, that's okay. If you ever want to mess with someone's self-esteem, use that line. Do you work here? Next time you're at the Spur, you sit there, don't even ask, do you work here? You know, someone walks in, just stop them. Give them an order. Don't even ask, do you work here? Just go, hi, sorry, can we get 2 cappuccinos, please? And some pink sauce. Bring pink sauce. That person will go home and question their whole life, guys. My wife loves to take me shopping, so we were at the Cape Union Mart shop. And basically, I don't want to be there, and so I assume the husband position, which is the back left-hand corner of the store. Arms folded. That's the look on your face. Old granny comes up to me. Huh? Do you work here? This happens to me so often, I've now got a saying I say. I stand up straight, I push my chest out, and I say to the granny, excuse me, not every person of color was put on this earth to serve you. Hey, Amanda. Yes, man. Yes. So I'm there, guys. I'm there. Got my look. Granny, do you work here? I'm about to lay some truth on Granny now. Stand up straight. I push my chest out. That's when I noticed I was wearing a K-Way jacket. That is the jacket that the people who work at Cape Union Mart wear. And I had that look of boredom on my face. So I look like every other person who works at the Cape Union Mart. So I sold her a tent. That's what I did. She wanted a 5-man, I sold her a 6-man. That's how that went down. Do you work here? It's a horrible thing. Grannies, though, grannies will say offside things. This is what I've realized. Grannies of all colors and shapes will say offside things. It's like you just get to an age where you don't care what you say. They just say what they, when I said earlier, we hear them say what they shouldn't. I'm talking about grannies, guys. Grannies will say these things, eh? So my wife's at a party the other day, a kid's party, right? She's there with little Andy. Now, Andy goes to one of those schools. He's like the only boy of color in his class. So he's the only kid of color at the party. My wife's the only woman of color at the party. So she's talking to the woman who threw the party, the mom of the birthday boy. That's when old granny came up to her. Hi, hello. She says to my wife, are you one of the teachers? Because, you know, man, people of color don't go to the school, right? The mom is so, she's, oh my, so embarrassed. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. Stop it, mom. You know that embarrassed, like when your dog barks at a black person? You know that kind of... Stop it. Stop. Stop. She's like, Mom, this is Andy's mom, the flippin' brown one. You can see him. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Granny didn't skip a beat. She just looked at my wife like this. Oh, I didn't know that the school had a bursary program. You see, that was my response. Oh! I said to my wife, did you take on Granny? Did you tell her what's what? My wife's the coolest person you'll ever meet, man. She was like, literally, this was her response. Ah, Stu. That's how my wife responded. Ah, Stu. Just come on, Stu. She said, you know, it's just a generation of people that must die. Yay for dead grannies. The parties at those schools are very strange, though. Like the first time I got an invitation to one of those kids' parties that my kid goes to, like, we get an invitation. There's a start time and an end time. How do they know when it will end? A party must end when a party ends. I couldn't wait to see one of these things that said party from 10 to 12. We get there 10 o'clock, party starts. Kids, they're on the jumping castle, off the jumping castle. On the jumping castle, off the jumping castle. Sing happy birthday, cut the cake, eat the cake. 11:45, they pack up the jumping castle. 5 to 12, without like an announcement or anything, all the parents just got up. Okay, thanks, bye, lovely. Come along, Billy, come, Jimmy. Hui. How did they know? Like, I saw like one of the weirdest ones was, there was a kid playing, and then the mom said, Billy, come, and then Billy didn't come. And then she said, Billy, come, Billy. Come, and then Billy, and then he came. I think it used to be one of those children on a leash, man. You know what I mean? See, we are people who are not parents. You don't judge. You don't judge a mom with a leash, eh? You don't judge that. You try and find 30 Rand Levi jeans or G-Star jeans at the Black Friday sale without the child on the leash. No, you want a leash today, boy. I can't find a leash in the kids section. I go to a pet store to find a leash. Pet store is closed. I go to Adult World. I get that choker chain. You moan, I'll get you a ball gag for quiet time. You can't say that, guys. You can't say that. The weirdest thing I've ever seen, like the weirdest leash story I've ever seen, is I was Christmas shopping. And then I was in a mall and I saw mom walking with the child on the leash. You picturing that scene? Let me add some detail. It was a white mom, obviously. But here's the thing, she had a black adopted child on the leash. I know. Guys, she's got the child on the leash because she loves the child, obviously. But I looked at that image, I was like, it's too soon, eh? It's too soon, guys. Too soon, guys, too soon. So I'm at the party, 10 to 12. 10 o'clock they start, 12 o'clock, done. Everything finished, 12. CSI Miami can come. They will not find any evidence of a party. No fizzer, rapper, nothing. I will say this, like I've thrown big parties for my kids. Like my biggest party I've ever thrown for my kids is my first child's first birthday. Only the first child's first birthday, because you only make that mistake once. First child's first birthday, you start a WhatsApp group 3 months before. Send out messages, save the date, guys, save the date. Catered affair, I somehow had chair covers for the children. Children can't even sit properly if they got chair covers. Rides for everyone. And they're so ungrateful. My son fell asleep halfway through. He drank so much, he peed on himself. Ate so much, he puked on someone. Saw him grab an old lady's boobie. It was exactly like me at my 21st birthday. It was very strange. Shame, the second child get nothing, eh? He was lucky we opened a packet of flings for him. Some more. Hip hip hooray! You know how oddities, we go through family albums now. Then the eldest is there. Photos everywhere, brah. The youngest, where's my photos? Shame him. So no, the point is, I was at this party and it's an amazing thing and I think it's a beautiful idea. So I tried it. I tried it with my family. I said to my family, guys, we got a party from 2 to 4. 4:30, people are still arriving at the party. Five o'clock is when the adults get their turn on the jumping castle. You know what I mean? You come to my party at 5 o'clock, there's always an uncle on the jumping castle. You got a single Jamison in one hand and a baby in the other hand. He hasn't even taken off his shoes, he's wearing church shoes. Give me another baby. Like around about 6 o'clock, someone just starts a fire. It was an Avengers party, now it's a bring and bride. People, they opened their boots, they brought meat. How did they know? How did they know? And what's next to the meat? You always pack in the child's pajamas. I don't know when this is gonna end, guys. Just in case. Yeah. But there's always the two sets of friends. There's the work friends and the good friends. And then sometimes the good friends want to leave, then you say, no, stay. We're still gonna And then work friends leave, then you're like, okay, bye, I'll see you. Then more work people leave, okay, see you. And then maybe more good people want to leave, you're like, no, stay. We're gonna You check out, there's some people not laughing for that joke. Just tell me they never get invited to stay for that. You need better friends. Nothing better than a one-year-old party. There's always that one Auntie Cheryl hit the dance floor. That's when you know the party is rocking, when Auntie Cheryl is there. You guys are cool, man. I like this. I like talking to you guys. I feel like I can say anything. Like it feels safe, man. Okay? I feel like I can say stuff. Let me tell you why I like Oscar Pistorius. No, man, just hear me out. Before Oscar, I could never say that I don't like watching the Paralympics. But now because of Oscar, I can say I don't like watching the Paralympics. Like you feel like you've done very little with your life when you watch the Paralympics. Have you checked what these people do? Like they do amazing things. I saw a guy shoot a bow and arrow without arms. Just use his toes. I've always bullseye. I've always wanted to shoot a bow and arrow. What excuse can I have now? I don't have the time, guys. I don't have the time. But I don't have the arms. You know what I mean? You just feel like, what have you done with your life? People are doing these amazing things. I saw a woman at the last Paralympics. She broke a swimming record with no arms. Swimming with no arms. She dived in like they were on your mark, get in. This goose dives in. In an Olympic-sized swimming pool. She's going. And backstroke also. So. Backstroke look like Auntie Cheryl at the party. What excuse do you have for not achieving your dreams, guys? Like, you know, I'm 42 years old. I can barely swim. I'm still blaming that on apartheid. Do you know what I mean? White people ask me, why can't you swim? I'm like, because you never allowed us on the beaches. That's why. You know what I mean? Yes, it's people swimming without arms. Here's a weird Olympic sport. This is the weird one for me. Have you guys ever seen the steeplechase? Steeplechase is like a weird, they run around the track a couple of times. It's the one where they jump over a hurdle. There's a part, then they're in the ditch in the water. They come, but they look tired when they do it. So, like, do you know what I mean? I'm watching this, and as I'm watching it, I thought to myself, I've seen this before. Friday night, Saturday night. Any ghetto in the world. Go to the Cape Flats on a Saturday night. It looked like a tikkop escaping from the scene of the crime. The only difference is the tikkop got a flat screen TV in one end and a cordless drill in the other. Like over a Weiberkriet into a canal. And if we have people over here who are not from this country, I say tuk. If you don't know what that is, the rest of the world calls it meth. Meth. But we say, yeah, meth, crystal meth. But we say tuk. We couldn't call it meth. Because we already had a meth problem. We had a meth problem. We already had a meth problem. Wait, slow down, they must still catch up. No, the meth was bad, man. All of it, the algebra, the geometry, trigonometry. Change a pass rate to 33%, the children couldn't understand what that meant. White people, that's a joke about how my people can't say math. It's also an example of a joke that I can say that you can't say. You're watching this, then tomorrow at work, don't do the meth joke, don't. I don't know if meth and tuk is exactly the same. I know with meth, they also got a meth pipe, and with tuk, they used to steal light bulbs and use a straw. A straw! Do they use different straws for different occasions? Like, did they ever use the bendy straw? A bendy straw for the tuk-up on the beach, just... Like, can you use a McDonald's straw? That's a thick straw, bruh. see a tukkop lying on the floor. What happened to him? Oh, McFlurry straw. McFlurry. I don't have much exposure to the drug, I must be honest. Like, I met one tukkop twice in my life. I know everything I know from one tukkop. All I know is they steal stuff and they sell it. I was doing this outreach program on the flats one day. I was standing outside a school, and the tukkop came up to me, tried to sell me a dog. Brother, you want to buy a dog? You want to buy a dog? Now you might be picturing a puppy. A full-grown dog, guys. A fully grown German Shepherd. An Alsatian, my friend. A police dog. Brad got a police dog. Brother, you wanna buy a dog? This was someone's security system at their house. Then imagine you get home tonight and someone stole the ADT panel. It's the same thing, Brad, you wanna buy a dog? Yes. I can't even make up the next story, right? I saw him about like a month later and he was selling something else. I can't make up what he was selling the next time. He was selling an owl. An owl guy, like Harry Potter walking with an owl. Brother, you wanna buy an owl? Where do you get an owl? An owl selling an owl. Did you steal the cage and find an owl? Did you steal an owl and buy a cage? I don't even know. But a tukkop could probably snatch an owl out of the sky. It's like, do you know what I mean? As an owl's coming past, that's the thing, they got like superhuman ability. You climb up a tree quietly, snatch an owl, you know what I mean? They can do superhuman things, they just can't do any normal functioning things that we can do. That's the problem, you can't be a functioning tukkop, you can't be a functioning method. It's impossible, you know what I mean? Like, I have an uncle, right? He's a functioning alcoholic. Right? He's a functioning alcoholic, he's a painter. Not portraits, he paints houses. So this bra come do some painting at my house the other day. He arrives there in the morning. Morning, Stuart. Mornings. Paint the whole job, whole time. Hold room. I'm watching him open the paint and just... Is it gonna be like a stipple effect? No, it's not a long job. Just before he started painting, he had a cup of tea. He brought his flask along with him, he had some tea. He's like, no, it's just like a 2-day job. I watch this guy change like into Michelangelo. He's like, that guy cut those corners with no masking tape. Just... He's a functioning alcoholic. You can't be a functioning tukkop. Like, I can ask many of my friends who take other drugs. I have a friend who smokes a lot of weed. I can ask him to paint my house. Bro, will you paint my house? Sure, bro. What color? I'll be like, you can decide, man. It's up to you. Okay. He won't do it immediately, but he'll get there eventually. You know, he'll do it sometime. I know a guy who it's not a friend, it's an acquaintance. I know an acquaintance who's a bit of a Kind of person. But it's like a normal day job, but still, weekends. If I ask him to paint my house, he'd be like, sure, bro. Then I'll leave for an hour, I'll come back, he'll be like, I'm done. With the whole room? No, with the whole house. Plus I built you a built-in bride. I also made an aviary for the owl. You can't ask a tick up to paint your house. But I will drink the terps and goggle the paint. Steal back the owl he sold you. Maybe we must use these supernormal skills like in the next Olympics. Be great. Why don't we just take a tick up and put him in the steeplechase? Don't even tell him it's a race. Just give him a flat screen TV in one hand and a cordless drill in the other hand. Just let him stand at the starting line. And shout, on your marks, get set. And as the gun goes, someone shouts, yay! Gold for Team South Africa! Yeah, shame we mustn't make fun of them. Let's not. So about something else. Let me tell you why we shouldn't celebrate Women's Day. No, you're saying that because you don't know what I'm going to say. Ladies, it's not a real holiday. Like, it's not a real equality. Next year, Women's Day, you say to your boss, cancel the holiday, rather pay me the same as the men who work here. Hey, come on! That's equality. You know what I mean? Like, it's a fake, it's a smokescreen they give to you, ladies. Now they've given you Women's Month, and have you heard one man complain? Because we'd rather have the money, that's why. Why is there no man day? Because we get more money, that's why. You know what, I was looking at the wage gap in this country. If a man and a woman does exactly the same job, the average in this country says that the woman, basically, for the 49 weeks of the year you are working, compare your wages to the man's wages, you're basically working for free for 3 of those weeks. 3 weeks you're going to work for free. That's 3 weeks you could stay at home. Cook for your man. I had them, then I lost them. Yes. We used to celebrate a weird holiday in this country back in the day. You remember when the 6th of April used to be a public holiday? We used to celebrate Founders' Day. Because on the 6th of April, 1652, Jan van Riebeeck found us. You can't say that. Forget the fact that we were trading with passing ships for 200 years before. That's when he found us. How many of you guys ever played that game, Finders, Keepers, Losers, Weepers, when you were kids, right? My sister would play that with me. If I leave a chocolate, she takes the chocolate, she comes to me, she says, Finders, Keepers, Losers, Weepers. And then that's constitutionally binding. Like it's in the Geneva Convention. You can't get it back. Finders, Keepers, Losers, Weepers. I think that's what Van Riebeeck said as he came in. Do you know what I mean? Like, he saw the locals. Locals. Finders, keepers, losers, weepers. And they were like, So that was my response. When my sister took my chocolate, I'd be like, And the locals over here, table by. We didn't know we'd lost the land until he found it. Like, land is such a contentious issue nowadays. So people just throw out these things without interrogating what they're saying. Like, here's one that I hear all the time. What's this one? He didn't steal the land. He traded. He traded with the locals. No, he did. He did trade. He didn't steal. He traded. He took the land and he gave them. He did. He gave them smallpox. He gave them smallpox. Guy, I would love to trade some disease for some land, I won't lie. Out my eye on this mansion in Constantia, it's 24 million. I want to call the agent. Michelle, how negotiable are they? Stu, the property's been on the market for a while. They want 24 million. If I was you, I'd put in a cheeky offer. Offer them 22.5. 22.5. Could I give them herpes? Will they accept herpes and head lice? I don't have herpes, eh? That's just for the joke. That's just the joke. Here's my best, here's my best. People, no one was on the land. No, when he came in, no one was on the land. I agree, no one was on the land. But you've got to consider the timing, my friends. Van Diebeck arrived here in April. My people, the original people, the San and the Khoi, we used to hang around here on the coast in summer. You know what I mean? November, December, Jan, Feb, maybe into March. By April, we go to Houdini Spa. Get those hot water springs. Head to mountains in Stellenbosch, come on. No one was on the land. That's like me going to Kleinmond in the heart of winter and seeing all the empty holiday houses and being like, nobody's on the land. Finders, keepers, losers, weepers. Oh, man. You know who I have a love-hate relationship? I have a love-hate relationship with the Dutch. Because the Dutch did some terrible things, but they also did amazing things. Like the Dutch, they were the first to colonize us over here. It was just terrible. But then, they also made weed legal. So, you take the good with the bad. That's the thing. No, come on. I mean, yes, they invented slavery, but they also gave us Amsterdam, which is amazing. The Dutch brought concepts to this country that we still use. The Dutch brought the concept of land ownership. They were like, yeah, local, come over here, local. Over here, this over here is land. They also brought the concept of religion. They were the first to bring the concept of religion. Local, come over here. Up there, it is the Lord. Then the English colonizers. They were the next to arrive. And they were like, I shall use the concept that the local already understands. Local, this is landlord. Thankfully, we don't celebrate that day anymore. Yeah. You know what is weird? With all of those holidays we have in April, we do not have a single holiday in this country which commemorates apartheid. Like the thing we are known for is that time in our history, that dark time, apartheid, whatever you want to call it. That's what we're known for. But we don't have a day which commemorates it. How weird is that? I find it so odd. Like, I would love, guys, like, just hear me out here. Wouldn't it be amazing if we had just one day, just a whole day, apartheid. Then we just focus on apartheid, just for one day, apartheid day. Then we can spend the other 364 days living amazing lives. Do you know what I mean? But you need one day which is like cathartic and you're there, apartheid. And then the other days, you know what I mean? That's why so many people can't progress because every day is apartheid day still. So can we have one day? We wake up in the morning, we do all the things we couldn't do. We go to the beach in the morning, we sit there, apartheid. We watch the waves coming in, apartheid. I couldn't do this during apartheid. We watch the sun come up, and then we go out for breakfast. People of color, we walk into a restaurant. Someone take 2 tables, apartheid. And if you know that, in apartheid, people of color, we couldn't go into a restaurant, guys. We could go to a restaurant, but there was a window on the side. You order from the window. All restaurants, you were not allowed inside. All restaurants, you go to the window. KFC, you go to the window. They just throw the chicken at you at KFC. Don't even ask for a serviette, guy. They say, it's finger licking good, go. After that, we all march together, people of color. We go to stationery stores. We go to Walton's. We go there, we break pencils. Apartheid. Because in apartheid, you had to take a test with a pencil to see what your race was. Not a written test. No, no, no. You put it in your hair. And if it fell out, you were white and life was amazing. If you shook it twice and then it fell out, you were colored. Life was not so amazing. But if you shook and it stayed, hey, that's a horrible life, my friend. You know, sometimes I read about another one. I was reading a book the other day about like the ridiculousness of apartheid. There was a test called the pinch test. You guys know the pinch test? It was if they couldn't figure it out with the pencil test, they'd do a pinch test. They'd pinch you when you weren't, they'd pinch you. And depending on whether you said "aina" or "ouch," you were white or colored. So there, oh, we're not sure, pencil fell out on 1, but then over here, pencil fell out on number 3. Aina, colored, go. Pinch test, guys. Yes, what a ridiculous system we used to live in. So that's what we do. We break all those pencils. And then in the afternoon, we can all get together, all creeds and all colors, and we sit and we talk about apartheid. That's the one day you must talk about it. Then you can never, ever say, I didn't know what happened. Do you know what I mean? It's a moment where you're not allowed to say, oh, always apartheid. No, that's the day we talk about it. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that's the day we can braai. I hate that they call Heritage Day Braai Day. It wasn't everyone's heritage to braai. You drove past a township in the 80s and you saw smoke. Chances are that was not a chisinyama, guys. It was probably tear gas. That is what it was. And maybe on that day, you know, white people, you can bring gifts for the little colored and black and Indian kids. If you don't have money, you go on Pinterest, you get some ideas. Anything, man. Little lollipop with a note, sorry we sucked. Anything, whatever. Just anything. A mug with written on these, sorry for the mug shots. Anything, you know, be creative. Make a tie-dye t-shirt, write on this, let the colors mix. Happy Apartheid Day. White people, if you've got money, you give little black kids gifts, you give your own children, man. Hey? Sandile, what is that? I got social capital. What did you get, Siraj? I got generational wealth. And white people, if you want, we'll give you the gifts we give our children, eh? Michael, what did you get? I get to drive on train every day. There's something else. I got an owl. And we braai, and it's beautiful, and it's nation building, you know what I mean? It will be fantastic, man. We use everyone's culture when we braai. Black people can slaughter the animal. Indian people can spice the meat. White people will have an end time. Colored people will bring the music for everyone, you know. AKA for colored people. Black coffee for black people. Bhangra music for Indian people. We'll even have music for white people. We kick off Apartheid Day with a song white people love the most. We kick off Apartheid Day with a song that white people love more than Steve Hofmeyr's Pampoen. We kick off Apartheid Day, Mendoza and Kalakata. Auntie Cheryl will hit the floor immediately. Apartheid is such a trigger word, though. Like, I mean, you can almost feel the tension start to rise when I speak about apartheid. This is the thing, as South Africans, we feel like trigger words are part of of how we live. Eh? Like, a lot of things can trigger us. What did you say? Sometimes it'll trigger us because we don't really, like it's just, like we have a sense of what the word is. I was doing a gig the other day, right? I was doing this corporate gig in the waterfront for 300 Australians, right? They flew 300 Australians over from Australia to stay at a fancy hotel because that's how strong the dollar is in Australia. They send them here. And they had a conference, and I'm the MC at the conference. So the morning I arrive, and before I go up, the MD of the company does like a welcome. He's like, g'day guys. Welcome to sunny South Africa. It's lovely to have you all here. We've got an amazing conference planned for you guys. Right now, I'd like to introduce an Aboriginal comic. genuinely go, oh, there's another comedian here. That's so cool. You guys, we've got an Aboriginal comic for you. Please welcome to the stage, Stuart Taylor. For a second, I honestly went, you got the same name as me? Was it me? I didn't know I was an Aboriginal comic. It's not an offensive word. Go to the dictionary. Aboriginal just means of the original people. That's what he was saying. You know what I mean? The Aboriginal people of South Africa, the San, the Khoi, he was saying I'm descended from that. That's beautiful, man. Aboriginal people of New Zealand are called the Maoris. Aboriginal people of Australia are? No one knows because they didn't ask. Didn't ask. Just took the land and said, go inside. Don't tell us your name. Trigger words, man. There's some words that people say, and I can't believe they still say it. I can't believe when people still use the K word. Like, that's a random thing. Like, the K word is the most offensive word you can get in this country. I was explaining to a friend of mine in the States what the K word means. I said to him, it's like the N word, but it's a lot worse, right? I was saying to my friend, his name is Randy. Randy's an African-American guy. And Randy's a really philosophical dude. Randy said the most interesting thing to me about the K word. He said to me, hey, yo, Stu, I don't understand, man. A word ain't nothing but a sound. A word ain't nothing but a sound. You gonna allow yourself to feel some kind of way off of a sound? That makes you weak, brother. Makes you that word's bitch. You dig? Hey, yeah. I was like this, yeah, man. Then I thought, wait. You've never been called the K word. Don't talk rubbish to me. Because African Americans have taken back the N word. They own that word. The K word, no one wants that word, guys. 1994, people just put down the K word. They're like, it's not mine. Occasionally, some old Indian people and some old colored people will walk past the word like this. Yeah, I can use this at home. You know who I'm talking about. Old people, guys, old people. I wish I could install like an app, because that's the thing. People still tweet and they still use that offensive language. Here's my thing about say whatever you want, but maybe just think before you speak. Maybe that's the answer to where we live. Hey? Think before you speak, man. Is it kind? Is it nice? Just think. You don't need to say it, just think. Like, I wish I could invent an app and download it into everyone's brain. Just something that'll kind of make people pause and think before they speak. Wouldn't that be amazing? Do you know what I mean? Like, you remember Microsoft Word had that paperclip that would come in and hop and give you advice? You remember that guy? I wish I could just download an app in all South Africans' brains so that if they're on Twitter just effing and they're about to use the full K word, he just hops in. Are you sure you want to use that word? I have some other suggestions. Thank you so much, guys. You were so much fun. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it.
Wat nou van die ding, wat ik breng van jou kun en ik zing. Kies voor zijn kaapse ding, als het ze eigenlijk bun op een 6 met drumrum. Voor ze samen lijden, van een zijn kaapse ding. Wat nou van die ding, wat ik breng van jou kun en ik zing. Kies voor zijn kaapse ding, als het ze eigenlijk bun op een 6 met drumrum.
Zodiac Slam. Once fully connected, what? How you reach a 7784? Purple beats, what? Lyrically prospecting with lyrical scavengers. Been digging down south, I'm done digging out to amateurs. Come and show on the microphone like an ambulance in case another rapper dies cause of my violence. Place her in a coma, shh. Silence a couple of hours ago, you looked all glamorous. Rap with a rock that's caused off your ignorance. Lost man steady, now you're breathing with technology. Back in the hood, I'm engaging like old school. System building schools for those ones or for fools. Rolling every hood like the dice in Monopoly. And don't spit the moment, then probably you'll be swallowing. You came unprepared, it's my bits you're borrowing. Turn down the motion, now I'm killing you slow. If curiosity kills a cat, I'll kill an MC. I'm going at a cross of barbed wire in the streets.